Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to One for All is Love Presents Heal Thyself in 2020 with Sonia Spirit. And I am Sonia Spirit. And how is everyone today on this fine Wednesday morning? Okay, I think we have a caller already. Let's see what's going on here.
Hey,
Hello,
how you
you are
doing?
live.
Hey,
Hi.
thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Jason.
Jason?
Uh-huh.
Nice to meet you, Jason. This is Sonia Spirit. How are you? How can I help you today?
I
Or
don't
what would you like
know.
to talk about?
There's...
I might not be able to help
well,
you.
okay.
What would you like?
All right.
Yeah, what would you
Yeah,
like to
you
talk
might be able
about?
to help me. I just saw the title on there, and I was like, oh, hey, maybe that's somebody I need to talk to.
Okay.
um,
Well, let's
I
talk.
I recently had a friend of mine that I used to work with about 6 years ago. You know, she just recently, kind of came back in my life, and it's
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of, it sucks because it's like I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's like I kind of have a crush on her, but it's
Jason,
complicated. Huh?
are you single, Jason?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm as
So that's the
attached as I could
complication.
possibly be attached.
Okay. So
But
you
I
are
don't
very
know. I
married.
really don't know. Yeah, it's like I've been married for like 6 years. So it's like I would, I've
Okay.
been married about the
Are you
same, almost.
almost as long as you've known the young lady that you've recently run
Yeah,
into?
yeah.
Okay. Um, are you happy in your marriage, Jason?
I think if I made more money, I would be happier.
Okay.
It's kind of
Why do
like I
you
want to have
think?
kids, but it's like from my perspective, is like, okay, yeah, I want to have kids, but it's kind of like I'm not making enough really to take care of one,
Okay.
and it's kind of that's just been a sore spot for me, I guess.
Okay.
Like, and it's
And
like she's like, well, how are you, because she's like, well, how do you, yeah, she says I want, and my wife says, yeah, I want kids too, but how are you, what kind of life are we gonna have if you're working two jobs and all this stuff? So it's just kind of like kind of throwing it back on me.
okay, so your wife wants kids, you want kids,
Oh, well,
but
yeah, exactly.
okay, but you don't feel
But I
you
just,
make enough money and won't have enough time to spend with them. So you're concerned
right,
about their quality of life.
right. I
Okay.
mean, right now I'm going back. Right now I'm going back to school.
Okay. What are
Finishing
you
up my
studying?
bachelor's and everything. So, right now through my job, I have um, yeah, through my job right now they're having they partner with the university here in
Okay.
town,
Mhm.
and for all their employees, they offer an online degree. It's called leadership, organizational leadership. And so I
Mhm.
thought, well, hey, I can use that. And then I want to get my MBA, but I want to do it. I want to get my MBA in something sports, like I like sports, but I also kind of like the business side of it. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I said, how they come up with that contract, like why would they spend this much?
Well,
I like always had a fascination with it, and I really, that's what I want to do. And I know, and it's like I told my wife, I said, I don't give a shit if I'm $100,000 in debt. I said, if all that happens and I graduate and everything, I said I'm gonna be able to get whatever the hell job I want.
so do you want to be a sports agent or do you want to be in sports entertainment? I know you said the business side of it.
Yeah, and I want to do like the business side of like be able to work in the front office of any of the like. It's interesting because I'll have like 100 and something between NHL, NFL, NBA, Major
Mhm.
League Baseball. It's like I've already got 130 something potential employers right there. And then you know, not only that, but I mean, there's 100 and something colleges that have, like, you know, Division I schools. They have athletic departments. So another another 100 and something potential employers.
Okay,
but I figure if I can try to get my foot, in the door before I even have my degree, then all I'm going to do is once I get my MBA, I'm just going to ask them for a raise.
Right.
And if they say no, well, guess what? I got a couple of hundred other places I can go.
That's right. So what are you doing to put yourself in a position of being in the sports field?
Just right now, I'm just putting myself out there, trying to going downtown, and you know, just trying to look on LinkedIn and find some other potential employees that already work for them. So I just type in like Nashville Predators, and they're like, well, there's 300 plus people that work for Nashville Predators on LinkedIn. I'm like, wow. And of course, you know, I thought, well, hell, surely they'll have something in their job listing. And in the job listing, it says it's almost some engineering thing. I thought, well, that's not my thing. But,
okay. And I know you're a little older. But do they have, sometimes, think about this, sometimes they may have, and the reason I brought up age is because of internships. Most interns are usually younger, but, and of course they kind of stereotype as they get older. But have you thought about, because I know you're currently working, and that your current position also helps with your degree. So I know you don't really want to kind of rock the boat just yet with that. But have you thought about doing any type of volunteer something just to get
I could look into that. Yeah.
Because even like you said, the
that.
Predators, or as a way of getting your foot in the door. Now, continue to work the networks, continue to work LinkedIn, and if they have any kind of organized events, try to participate with that, and or attend, just so you can try to get to meet people. Okay, meet people in positions.
And then not only that, but I got here in town, I got the Memphis Grizzlies, I got the Redbirds, which is they're a farm team for the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. And then they got the 901 FC, which they just started like last season. So
is Memphis getting an XFL team? Do you know?
Yeah, we had one, and then the XFL thing, or whatever that new football league they had went under. So.
Well, they're starting another.
Yeah, we had a team in Memphis.
Spring. They're starting a new league. It's a new XFL this spring. So,
cool.
Because I know the one that you're talking about, that one went defunct. That was a different organization. It wasn't XFL,
right?
But it was a different. Yeah. So they're launching a new one. It's XFL, and I think it starts this spring, right after the regular NFL season ends. So I was wondering if they were going to have a team in your town or one close to it, because by it being a newly upstart, there's a lot of opportunity to get in on the ground floor and grow through the organization fast if the organization as a whole can sustain itself. Have you looked into that?
But even if it don't, I mean, I got experience, right. So.
Right, exactly. And all you want.
Well, they also have. And when we also got the Memphis Hustle over here. They decided not to. The new CEO took over, and he decided that, hey, I don't want my people all the way up in Iowa, because I want them here. It's like I want everybody here, so that's in this area, so that way I can, if I have to fly them somewhere or whatever, I don't have to fly them out of Iowa, or I don't have to send them all the way up there.
Okay. So Jason, let's get back to our original conversation. I like where this is going, and we're going to revisit it because this is a part of the original conversation. You mentioned a young lady.
Yeah,
that just
she's
recently.
Actually, I probably a couple of weeks before Christmas, she contacted me, and she was asking me about my job and stuff, and are they hiring out there and everything, But I mean, we haven't really talked about, like sent any conversation. Like we'll text each other, but it's nothing that anybody would like. If she looked at my phone right now, there's anything on there.
Yeah.
There would not be anything on there that she'd even find remotely questionable. Plus, she's kind of has this thing that she says, I don't give a damn about people that you knew before we got married. Right. She says, if you really wanted any of these people, you could have them. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you're confident.
Okay, and she is confident, and that is a good thing. So, Jason, we know that there's nothing in the text that's incriminating. So all of this is coming from either your heart or your head.
Probably both.
Okay. So do you feel the grass is greener?
Well, there's a saying that says that the grass is greener on the other side because there's a lot of shit underneath.
I've never heard that one, but I like that one, Jason. I like that one.
It's funny because I read that the other day on Facebook. I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't like that.
Yeah, that one is cool. That is cool. Okay, so
there's just a lot about her there's like a lot about her I really don't know.
Yeah, that's the shit underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all the stuff that's underneath. So what's with the attraction? Is it the pressure from your marriage and not being able to move as fast as you'd like? Because it sounds like you're on the right track. You're just not moving as fast as you'd like.
I mean, yeah. That's got something to do with it, yeah. I mean, Another part is like, I mean, we've hung out a few times, but nothing, nothing serious, you know what I'm saying? Like.
Now, Jason, how would you feel if your wife hung out with someone?
I mean, as far as them having lunch or breaking bread together, I don't think that wouldn't bother me.
I'm not talking about the act of going to lunch. I'm talking about all these emotions that you're harboring inside. What if she felt that way? Would you feel a certain type of way about that?
Probably, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's like we'd be going through the same shit at the same time,
Okay, Jason. All right.
But it's like I can't really get mad. I couldn't be mad at her for, so for having the same shit going on I do, Like I'm not really in no place to judge,
Okay. Well, it sounds like, in my opinion, Jason, and that's all this is, it sounds like you are going through a few things personally.
I mean, I feel like I'm going through my own little midlife crisis. The only difference is I'm not going out and screwing 25-year-old women.
And I'm sure your wife.
I mean, I'm 48. I know. It's like I'm 48, but it's like if you saw me, you think, no, there ain't no way in hell this dude's 48. I've been working out like a madman trying to get back in shape and.
Okay. Okay. So you've been getting in shape. You're looking good for 48. You're not out running around screwing 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
No.
I was going to say, do you think it'll make you feel better?
No. No, probably not. Okay. I know it wouldn't make me feel better.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm going through my own little midlife crisis here,
Yeah.
Some dudes want to go out and buy an SUV or whatever. Well, hell, if I had the money, I'd probably go out and do that.
Well, okay. Can I ask you how old your wife is?
She's 35.
Okay. All right. That's only because you mentioned the children part.
Yeah.
Yeah, only because you mentioned the children part. I know men don't have a biological clock, but women do. So, does she want to have children?
Yeah.
Your wife?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You guys just want to be in a better position financially.
Yeah, and it's like that's just been an issue the whole time we've been married,
Okay. Now, does she want to be a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah. You must be psychic
Okay.
or something.
No, it's just that when you bring children into the world, you don't give birth to throw them in a daycare 6 weeks later. That's
Hell
disgusting.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, because
So,
like I told her, I said, look, I said, if when he turns 5 or whenever they turn 5 or 6 or whatever, you want to go back to work, cool.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I
yeah.
mean,
Those,
at least I can
yeah,
hack it
those
for
are
6
very
years if you.
okay. So, now, would she be able to work maybe part time from home? Is that an option?
I mean, I brought that up, and I said, well, you could also do something part time from home. I mean, it's not like you're gonna. I mean, there's a lot of places that, and that's the thing too. This other girl was telling me that there are a lot of places that want people to work from home doing a lot of bookkeeping type stuff. And it's like I told her, I said that'd be perfect for you. I said because it's quiet, and you got the peace and quiet of home, and if something happens, you could
And
you could
how
do
does she
that.
feel about that?
I think she might be open to it.
Okay, so and I think maybe you guys should start where you sound like you've already started, but visit other options to allow yourself to make the time, because I understand the money versus the time thing, and raising children is very important, and both are really required, the money and the time. Raising children is a two-person effort, and I commend single parents everywhere. But like I said, it sounds like you are on the right track as far as your career and trying to get, things going. However, it's not moving fast enough for you. And so, if your wife is considering, if she would consider like working from home or working part-time, then you guys may be able to get your family started sooner if you can come to a meeting of the minds as far as how much you studying will require. Because, getting your MBA, getting your bachelor's after working full time, and then on top of that, you're going to be trying to network because you're trying to develop or build this new career for yourself as well. Because you said eventually you'd like to get into sports entertainment, sports business, sports agency, something along that magnitude. And we were just talking about, maybe volunteering potentially just to get your foot in the door. And of course, all of these things will take time away from the home generally.
Right,
so,
and it's like I told her too that I also told her too. I said, look, if it takes off, I said, if it's hockey season or baseball season, I said, I'm gonna be probably on the road probably 3 months out of that 6 month season. I'm gonna be on the road here and there. Like,
oh my God, baseball season lasts forever.
Oh God, I know, and it's like, man, they got like 4 home games, and they got to go out and play 4 more. It's nuts.
Okay. Well, Jason, if you can control your lower self, this is from a spiritual perspective, restrain yourself from cheating. Let's think about what would happen if your wife found out.
Yeah.
Now, we already know the grass is not greener, and if it is, it's because there's a lot of shit underneath. So 9 times out of 10, the other relationship is never successful.
Right,
and
because she's going to think in the back of her mind, she's going to think, well, hell, he did it to her, he's going to do it to me, and stuff like that.
Yes. And yes. And then, okay, so, and that's one avenue, going down that path. Considering your wife, once you open that door and you betray that trust, now I'm presuming you haven't done anything to betray the trust.
No, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, she, like, I gave, like, last couple of times that she saw me, it's like, we're getting ready to leave, she's giving me this big ass hug, like give me like a big ass hug. I'm like, wow. I was like, this kind of feels nice, just being close to something,
Jason, you know you're gonna have to cut off this friendship, don't you? I'm gonna be honest with you. There's temptation there, Jason. There's temptation there.
I just don't feel like it's on. I'm just not feeling nothing from her though. That's what I'm trying to.
Well, apparently there's something there because she's encouraging you. If there was nothing there, you wouldn't be going to lunch. There wouldn't be this big ass hug at the end. Jason, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, Jason. Don't fall for it. Listen, she is encouraging you. And right now, it doesn't take a lot to kind of sway you because you got a lot going on. But I want you to focus all of your energy on getting this new career off the ground. Or a new business. It don't even have to be a career. You can start your own business. You got to get your foot in the door.
That's another thing. That's another thing. I'm looking now. They just legalized sports betting here in Tennessee, but there's the state of Tennessee is not vetting the new businesses that want to apply to for this as a third party. And I'm thinking, well, gosh, if I could team up with like BetMGM or DraftKings or FanDuel, then it's like I'll have them backing me, and all I got to do is run it for them. I mean, I had my place set up. I said I've got about 2 or 3 locations I thought would be ideal because I figured they said, well, we're going to let people put a sports book there on Bill Street. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If you're putting one in on Bill Street, I should be able to open up my own shop right down the street from my apartment.
And you said it's not regulated?
They are regulating. The state's not doing it, or the state had they legalized it in July. Yeah, but there's a third party company that's coming in and vetting all the people that apply.
Okay.
Like I don't have enough resources on my own, but my gosh, if I got like 3 or 4 different billion-dollar companies like FanDuel or DraftKings or MGM backing me up, then how are they going to turn them down?
Okay.
So I thought about opening up my own betting shop.
Do you have a pitch for your own betting shop?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna, I got some like security set up, some things I want to do with the security in the place. That way, somebody comes in acting up, I just lock them in.
Okay, so
of course, you got. It's like it's gonna be. It's mainly gonna be a big, like a cash business. So I'm gonna have, I'm gonna have, like, I need to do some stuff that's mostly an all cash business. I'm gonna have to do stuff like different with security. Like I'm gonna have, in case somebody wants to case the place, they're not gonna know when a Loomis Fargo truck is gonna pull up. I'm gonna have them pull them up at different times and whatnot. So I kind of got that part of it already kind of figured out. I just got to get the backing from them.
Okay, the backing from who? FanDuel or DraftKings?
Yeah, or MGM, one of the two.
Okay, have you contacted anyone?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of the guy from DraftKings now. So they're out of Boston. That's where the corporate office is. But
okay, have you looked? Did you check on LinkedIn already?
Not yet.
Work the angles, Jason. Listen, you don't have much time, okay? And I'm not saying that you're about to die or anything like that.
Oh,
but what I'm
God.
telling you, that psychic is another channel.
Okay.
But you have a lot of things on your plate. You have a goal. You have goals. You have focus. You have objectives. You just need to stay focused. The young lady from 6 years ago, she's a distraction. She's a commercial. Okay, she's.
I like that, a commercial. I like that.
Yeah, she's a billboard.
Never heard it put that way before.
Yes. Do not get sucked in, Jason. I need you to focus. The universe wants you to focus. You have goals in your mind and your heart, and you can obtain them. You are putting a lot of thought into them. They are going to come to fruition, but you must focus, 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 focus. So
I feel better already.
And it's good now that you're getting the practice in. This is a good experience for you, and this is what this channel is about. Is from a spiritual perspective. The reason you're getting this practice in now is because when you do get into sports business, sports agency, sports management, or entertainment, there are going to be a plethora and abundance of distractions.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
I mean, I think so. As far as like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, because I'll be, not only that, but I'll be on the road. And
That's right. That's right. And
hey, we're all the hockey players. I mean, I'm sure all the hockey and baseball players will be like, hey, we're going to go to this club. I'm like, yeah, y'all have fun.
That's right. So if you can resist this temptation, if you can overcome this objective, this will actually work in your favor. From an energy perspective, making the right choice will benefit your career in the long run. I know you can't see it. The two don't even look like they are related, but they are.
That's true.
But they are. So I know she's attractive and you're attracted to her, but you're going to have to allow yourself. I imagine that she is, seeing that you feel a certain type of way and nothing has happened. And you're going to run into beautiful women all the time. They're going to be younger. They're going to be prettier. They're going to be very refined. They're going to be more well kept. You're going to always find a better version out there. But remember what you have at home and why you two committed to each other. You have to remember the fundamentals, because beauty is fleeting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like, and then before I started doing all this working out and stuff, like, I just found out in April I was diabetic. And so that's when I just started working out like a madman. Because it's like, look, I'm not going blind, and they're not cutting my damn foot off. I was scared. Still kind of scared, but it's like, I went to the eye doctor last week, and she said she didn't see any kind of retinopathy. I was like, all right, cool. It's like, but my A1C went from like 11.6, and I got it all the way down to 7.2. And so now, 3 months after that, I'm back up to 7.9. So it's like I'm going back and forth with it when I had, it's kind of scary. So.
And another thing too, Jason, extramarital affairs, as romantic and as exciting as they are and how much they make us feel alive, they also create additional stress on us because you're actually living a lie. And stress affects our mind and our body. All disease stems from the mind. Did I lose you, Jason?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just listening to you.
Okay. Yes. So all disease stems from the mind. You don't want the additional stress of an outside relationship, because now you have to lie, you have to hide.
I don't even have time. I barely have time, and it's like I barely have time for the one I got now.
It sounds like it. So don't. Your wife wouldn't be happy. Then you don't want to get to a point where she doesn't trust you and don't believe anything to come out your mouth. And
that's one thing about, and that's the thing, it's like, that's one thing good about my relationship with her is like, if I'm going Buffalo Wild Wings, I said, look, I'm going Buffalo Wild Wings with so and so, and we're going to kick back and watch football. It's like,
and she's okay with that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, she don't care. Okay, go ahead to have fun, because she knows that's where I'm at. Right,
and she trusts you.
I'm always where I say I am. Even if it's some place she doesn't approve of. I don't be going to strip clubs or nothing, but I like, hey, I'm at Chili's or whatever. Got to bring you something home.
So it sounds like you guys have a pretty healthy relationship overall, because she trusts you. You can behave like an adult. I'm going here, and you don't have to worry about reporting in every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
or
she ain't blowing my phone up the whole 3 hours I'm gone,
Right. Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
I do the same with her. I mean, I give her the same respect because it's like, well, I'm going to go to Bath and Body Works. So I'm like, all right, have fun.
Right. So, do you want to jeopardize that?
No.
And all of that would be gone. The trust would be gone. The beauty of the relationship that you have now, everything that you enjoy, I understand there's some stressful issues, but it sounds like you have a lot that not everyone gets to enjoy in terms of a healthy or mature relationship. Because I know plenty of people who get badgered just using the phone at home, let alone leaving the house without their, their partner.
And then some people, some of these folks have cameras set up in their house and everything, and I'm like, oh
exactly.
yeah, I'm like, I know he ordered some pizza last night. And I'm like, okay, so I said, did he invite the delivery girl in? No.
That should tell somebody something. If you have cameras set up,
right? Because unless you got some kind of high, unless you got thousands of dollars of stuff in your apartment, you don't need any cameras and stuff.
Well, Jason, I have another caller. I want to thank you so much for calling in. I hope I helped you a little bit. You sound like you're okay. Good. I'm glad. So stay focused and don't be tempted. Right. There's plenty more where that came from, and you got to be able to resist now. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, Jason. Thank you, and you have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Hello, and welcome to One for All is Love. This is Sonia Spirit, and who might you be?
Hi, this is Deanna.
Hi, Deanna. How are you?
I'm okay. I just stumbled across your show, and I just said, you know what? I definitely need to speak with someone.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Well, let's
because
walk.
Your topic is my husband, actually. We were high school sweethearts, and we are high school sweethearts rather, and we have children, and in that time, when you're young, you cheat, I guess, and he did a lot. We got married 7 years ago, and I'm just finding out back in 2015 while away on work he cheated, and also a year ago he went to California and he also cheated. This is not the normal cheat. This is like chat lines to women from work, dating sites. It was lots of them. So I'm like, he didn't realize that I was going to find out. And so, I don't know. I think I'm dealing with a narcissist. But, he's saying, no, he wants his wife. He understands if he, gets dumped or whatever, or we get a divorce, but he wants his wife. And I'm just like, why did you do all this stuff? And then he came home and saw how messed up I was because I knew in my spirit something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back and he saw me and he went back and he had sex with her before he left and came home to me. And then he's telling me this stuff, and he tried to leave some out until I still found out some things and confronted him. He was, how, they put up their defense mechanism, and get mean and angry and stuff like that. But I'm like, why are you still with me then? Why are you, what's going on? So I'm hurt. I don't know what to do at this point. I feel like I should leave. But he wants to go to camp. Well, I'm going to see about counseling because this is supposed to have been it for us. He know that this is what I can't take. I can't handle that. Anything else I can handle, but you cheating I can't do it. So I don't know what to do. In the process of us healing or trying to get answers, or me trying to get answers from him, it's been terrible. And then the time that I know that when he was cheating or whatever, it was terrible how he treated me and my kids, my family. I
Mm-hmm.
knew something was going on. He's still a provider, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
How do you feel about counseling?
Him?
No, how do you feel about counseling with him?
I feel like we need it if anything's going to happen, if I'm going to stay or if I'm going to continue on. I think he needs it more than I do personally. I know I need it personally because I went through every emotion. I'm going through every emotion there is. But, he's back and forth. First he's like, yeah, let's go to counseling. Then he's like, well, I don't need counseling. We can do it on our own. And he's an alcoholic also. So
okay,
that has a lot to play in.
Okay, Miss Deanna, if you want your marriage to work, or if you want to keep working on your marriage, because I'm not here to say whether it will work or not, but if you want to keep working on your marriage, I strongly recommend counseling. He mentioned it, take advantage of it. And I'm going to tell you why. For 3 reasons. For you, for him, and the kids. If you said you have 4 kids together?
No, man, we have 2. One of them is in college, and the other one is here with us.
Okay. All right. If you want your marriage to work, I would recommend going to counseling for a variety of reasons. Some of the stuff that you described that your husband does, I do have experience with.
You do?
And yes. I mean, I'm not married now. I'm divorced. But I understand what you're going through. But call is not about me. It's about you. What counseling can do, what it has the potential to do, if your husband is genuinely interested in correcting his behavior, first he has to understand why he behaves the way he does. And I can almost promise you that he does not know.
Mhm.
A lot of what's going on, I mean, this has to go back to, now from a spiritual standpoint, I'll say that a lot of this comes from his spirit, okay? He may have had, in a previous lifetime, he may have been cheated on, but we're here now, so we're not going to go into past lifetimes. In order for him to correct his behavior, it's going to have to come from another source. So you two are not going to be able to work on it. Because if you could do it without anyone, you would have done it already. And you said he's been cheating that you're aware of since 2015. At least you know of an incident in 2015, and you know of one last year.
Incidents, and then the women are sending pictures. She sent a picture of him asleep in the bed, and she has pictures of them out and about. He had a video. It's just like, what are you thinking?
So
what were you thinking?
Is this a relationship? Do you get the impression that this is a relationship that he has, or is
let me just tell you this. This was many women. 3 of them that he had made was like his main ones that he had, but it was lots of them. The last one that he, when he left California and came back home, he had sex with, I feel like that he had more of a smaller attachment. The way that the text messages of all of the women, it's like he was in a relationship with them. You know what I mean? Like he would cook, they would come over, cook. He was talking to them, I have your trust. Like he's, just talking like it was a relationship in each of these text messages. And the last one, he even bought her some little headphones, and, they went out, and our anniversary is on his birthday. So he was there for his birthday, and he had sex with her. It's just a lot. And I'm just like, it's not just one person, but that one particular one, she actually called and left, calling and,
Okay,
and
let me ask you this.
He kept in contact with her.
Okay. Deanna,
months.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way. Have you ever cheated on anyone?
No.
Not that you're aware of, or not ever?
No, I have not cheated on him.
Okay, no, that wasn't the question. Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I can remember.
Okay.
I can remember once I was talking to a guy, and yeah, we were together, but me and my husband weren't together like that. Like, we were, but yeah, I mean, no.
Okay. And the reason I ask is because I want to approach this from a spiritual perspective, from a relationship perspective. I recommend counseling because you have to uncover what's going. Your husband, in my opinion,
right?
Your husband has a lot of insecurities.
Real bad.
Yes, ma'am. Now, and I'm not saying to mean that he's a wimp or anything like that, because some of the strongest men are insecure. Now, some of them are not even aware of it, but many of them are. And usually they try to overcompensate in the manhood department. Or he could have a family history of like unsuccessful relationships, and so he's been programmed in what appears to be a dysfunctional relationship. Now, I don't know him or his family, so I'm just speculating. I'm not saying that this is what he's going through, but these are potential.
It's funny that you said that.
Oh, why is that?
Because his father, he didn't know his father for him, and when I say that his father had relationship issues with his mother. He was a cheater, basically. And he didn't even know it. Like, they have so many similarities together. He's alcoholic. He has diabetes. It's like living, it was like seeing him all over again. But, yeah, I mean, and let me just say this, because I love how you're explaining this to me. We went to counseling before when we first found out. When I told him I should leave the house, he was like, just wait, please. A woman told him, just from like talking to us and seeing what's going on, first time she said, you're a sex addict and you need to stop, and you're an alcoholic. We knew the alcoholic part, but sex addict, I don't know. But yeah, I just had to say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No. That's it. Doesn't matter whether you call him a sex addict or an alcoholic. The key word here is addict, and the reason that's important is because basically addicts are trying to fill a void. Okay, there's something missing. Whether they are cognizant of it or not, there is something missing in their life or in their spirit, and so they're trying to fill that void with escapism, or alcohol is desensitizes you, and eventually it's a barbiturate. It puts you to sleep, but it desensitizes you, and then of course. So then the other thing is that, for example, the sex addict, it's you're always trying to I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but you're trying to fill that void with the illusion of love or the illusion of companionship. Okay, so it's the initial newness. Okay, see, in the beginning of a relationship, really know each other. Everybody's brand new. You can be who you want to be, or you can be whatever representative you want to be. So, and I don't want to harp on the details of the affair or even the addiction, but that's all the more reason why he needs to go to counseling, because, well, while you both need to go to counseling, he needs to go whether y'all decide to save the marriage or not, to be quite honest, because he does have some things that he needs to work on to develop. Now, the reason I asked if you had had an affair is because in life, no, there is no accidents, there are no happenstances, there are no coincidences. So the fact that you are both having this experience, I'm curious as to know what it is that what have you thought about since you've been going through this? And when I say thought about, not as yourself as a victim, but what kind of things have you thought about? I'm sure you've prayed, but why do you think, or have you given any thought as to why you are experiencing this?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And so when you ask or pray on it, or have you received any responses?
Yes.
I mean, okay.
I think so.
Well, I mean, you don't have to share them if you don't want to.
No, I can't. No.
Okay.
I'm asking for help, so I'm calling you. But
yes, ma'am.
I have asked why has things happened like this, and I feel like that God, it's hard for me to pray too right now because in the midst of everything, you know what I mean. But I try to, and I feel like that he didn't reveal this to me last year when it was 2019 when it was 18, but I feel like he revealed this to me now so I can get away.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe, or he revealed this to me. My mom's like, it's like a silver lining. Maybe both of y'all can go to counseling and, because I feel like I've been living a lie.
Yeah.
I gave up so much over the years of being with him and dealing with all this stuff, and I thought that I was like living it up. I had lost my job and I had closed my business down so we can be more stable as a family, financially on my end. And he was doing whatever he wanted to do, barely paying attention to our family. So now that he's here, he's paying attention to everything. He's like, and I'm like, I was trying to tell you this was going on back then, but that you didn't hear me. It was like he wanted to escape because we weren't in a good space when he left, and so I think he thought this was a pass for him. But he was talking to, I found text. It's just been a terrible experience for me. Like, this is the worst. I think it's because we're married.
Okay. Do you? Okay. Okay, so for you, it sounds like you still want to work on your marriage, correct?
I do, but I'm just like, some of the things that have been happened just transpired over, it's just like, it's hard. I'm angry. I want to know why. I want to know what was the reasons. He's like, I just didn't. He said, I'm a manipulator. I know their feelings. He said, I know how to, it was just all about having sex. And I'm like, that couldn't have possibly be it. You gave up all your whole life for that. You got to give me another excuse. Another something else.
And he might not be able to do it, Deanna. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times, I spoke to someone recently, and when I say recently, like within this week, a couple of weeks, he said, I knew what I was doing was wrong. And I didn't choose to do anything differently. Now, of course, yeah. And of course, once they get caught, then they're willing to, make amends. But without the help, without correcting the source of the behavior, okay? All you're doing is putting a Band-Aid on a tumor.
And that's my goal. That's my goal, to go to this counselor, because that's my goal, to see where this is coming from. Why is this keep happening? What is the issue with you? Why do you keep doing this? I want to know, are you really this person? Because it seems like he is to me.
Yeah. Yes, but it also sounds, yes, it sounds like this is the person that he is, but it also sounds like it could be a cry for help. And the reason I say that is because he keeps, don't leave me, don't go, let's work on it. And of course, he may have abandonment issues too. I don't know what the relationship is, but you already said he doesn't have a great relationship or didn't have a great relationship with his father. He's a lot like his father, which he probably doesn't want to be. Right. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't know him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
So
I found him.
Mm-hmm. You found?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You say you found him.
I found him some years ago, and he passed away like maybe a year after I found him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he didn't really know his dad, and all of this. It sounds like, and I'm sure your husband would disagree, but it sounds like he is in a lot of pain and don't know how to express it.
Right.
And I think counseling will draw out a lot of what pains him, because infidelity, and most people don't want to hear this because, so much pain involved, but infidelity is a symptom of something else being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When people cheat, generally they're not, it doesn't just happen. Rarely does it just happen. And even if it does just happen, it's still a choice. Okay?
Right.
And he needs to get to a point where he's no longer making those choices, and the best choice for him to make is to stay faithful to his wife and cohesive to his family, if that is what he truly wants inside his spirit.
Right.
Now, and like, I believe that any couple can make it if they work together and they are on the same page. But you will need some outside help.
Yes.
And
I found a male.
Okay.
I found a male. He seems like he is like he studies in disorders and things like that, personality disorders, couples counseling. It seems he's a black male. So hopefully he'll be able to help us or help Sean. Well, that's my husband's name. Help him to. Because we went to women, and so I don't know if he, you can't out talk you can't out talk a woman, okay? So I just figured, and that's what he says all the time, you can't out talk a woman. So I just figured, let's go ahead with the man, and and he work around men all the time. He's used to talking to him, so maybe he'll open up more with him. But I'm not gonna let up on him.
Okay.
I'm not going to let up on him if I don't know.
And
I'm not going to let up on him.
Okay, good. You're not giving up. So, and I like the fact that you've already found a counselor. I like the fact that he's a black man, somebody that your husband can relate to. So that tells me that you are genuinely interested in making this marriage work, because you are doing the research, and you're trying to find things for him not to use as an excuse to open up. Because, like you said, the whole woman thing, listen, I know men who cannot keep their mouth closed, but that's another story. But, you got past the woman thing and a color thing, because those can be barriers, especially when a person is not comfortable opening up to strangers. They're certainly not going to be comfortable opening up to strangers that they can't relate to, okay?
Right. And it was his suggestion about an African-American counselor. It was my husband's suggestion. He actually looked up some stuff, but like I said, on our journey to getting into this, he has been nasty.
Oh, and I'm sure, and it's gonna get nastier when you start, and Deanna, don't be surprised when you find out things about yourself as well, because remember, you two are attracted to each other, so I don't know, and I'm not saying that you are doing this, so I don't want you to take this the wrong way. But oftentimes with people with addicted behavior, addictions, people with addictions, they, in order for them to continue, they usually have enablers. Now, I'm not saying that you are an enabler, but you might have tendencies, or there might be acts that suggest such. Now, am I saying that this is you? No. I'm just saying,
what do you
don't
mean?
be. Okay. So, for example, let's see, alcoholics. That's not, or sex addicts. We have a tendency to make excuses for people.
Mhm.
So that is a form of enabling. Someone who should be there to help someone, sometimes a scenario calls for tough love. And sometimes we are too close to the person to give them tough love. And when we don't provide tough love and what they need to know, or the correct course of action, by not doing something that we should do, we are enabling the addiction or that part of their personality. Now, I don't know the details. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if you hear this. If you don't hear it, great. But generally, when you go into counseling, it takes two. And I've gone to counseling many times with my situation back then, and allow him to express himself. When you go to, just let him talk. Let him talk. Let him tell his version of it, even if it doesn't sound true to you. Okay. So let him talk, and then when it is your turn, you express your thoughts and how you feel and your interpretations and your perspective. Okay? And don't hold anything back, because in order for the counselor to help you or be most effective, they need to be objective, and they also need as much information as they can possibly collect.
I think that the way he's going to do it is he's going to take us, gather us together, and then take us individually.
Okay.
And
is
then
he a
come
pastor?
together.
Is he a pastor?
No.
Okay, he's just a counselor. Okay, he's a professional counselor. Okay, good. Okay.
Yes.
Now,
yes, ma'am.
Do you have a strong spiritual background?
I do.
Okay. Because you're going to need that strength. So, and you want to pray, and you want to. Do you meditate?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, let me encourage you to do this then. If your husband.
Now, I do pray, though. I do pray.
Okay. Well, good. Keep praying. But I also would like for you to start looking into meditation. Just simple stuff. 5 minutes. What the difference between praying and meditation? Praying is you're sending messages out. Meditation is receiving messages in.
Okay.
Be still and know that I am God. Allow God to come into your spirit and speak to you and bring you peace from the inside. Okay, Deanna, this show is almost over. I only got less than a minute to go. I hope I helped you a little bit.
You did.
Thank
you
you.
did.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. And I'm going to pray for you and Sean as well.
Please. Thank you.
I will.
Have a good one. Thanks so much.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, men and women, ladies and gentlemen, fellow spirits. I did not get a chance to touch on the subject, but we had some great callers. So we will touch on this some more, because clearly this is a spot. I didn't get into it like I wanted to spiritually, but it's a little different when you're talking to live people versus just lecturing on a subject. And I'm sure you know the difference. So thank you, friends and family. This is it. Until next Wednesday, have a great day. I love you, and stay blessed.